Hello, Darren Steen here, your healthy lifestyle coach for Mercola.com. Here today to talk to you about a question that we get commonly, and that is, what should I eat after workout? One of my mentors once said, Jack LaLanne, he said, exercise is your king, nutrition is your queen, and together you create a fitness fat loss kingdom. I think there's a lot of truth to that, and there's a psychological advantage. If you're having a hard time making good choices on food and you're not working out, when you work out, the tendency to eat better is very, very high. There's a psychological addiction to not wanting to waste the workout, I think. So if you're not working out and you're having a hard time making decent choices on food, that's understandable with the fast paces of today's society. Start working out, and then you will have a better chance of eating better quality foods. Okay, what we want to talk about today is a lot of things about what to eat after an intense workout to help you get the most fat loss, muscle gain benefit from your workouts. And most people understand and know that eating higher quality foods is important, but it's not just about eating better quality foods and not eating junk food. That's a nice start in the right direction, don't get me wrong. But what's very important if you really want to get the most out of your exercise time is the timing of your meals, sandwiched around your wake-up time, your sleep time, and your exercise time. That's very important. We want to grow towards eating smaller meals more often throughout the day. Very small meals, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 to reach your true fitness fat loss potential. We want to talk about macronutrient totals, which that's just a big word for how many proteins and how many carbs and how many fats in every meal. And let's talk about the type of protein and the type of carbs. Good acceptable quality types of proteins would be chicken. I used to say, coming from the bodybuilding, drug-free bodybuilding world, that chicken breast was my number one soy said chicken. But after talking with Dr. Mercola and learning about darker meats that have higher qualities, higher amounts of purine, which is a very good nutrient that helps that protein absorb nice and slow. We want to go with the darker meats like the thigh and the leg and buffalo meat and your dark fish. Eggs is great, tuna, whey protein, nuts, healthy nuts, a variety of nuts, almonds, cashews, walnuts, almonds, and then the carbs. Carbs of vegetables, green beans, the darker the color, the more nutrients, the better. Salads, starchy carbs, those are non-starchy carbs. Starchy carbs would be brown rices, wild rices, yams, sweet potatoes, a healthy, wholesome 7-grain bread. Typically, starchy carbs are carbs that people think they need to stay away from to lose body fat, but we'll talk about you getting to eat those types of carbs and when the best time to eat those carbs is in a little bit. And also learn from Dr. Mercola about nutritional typing and taking a little questionnaire and just learning if your body likes carbohydrates or proteins or fats better, and building your framework around that and just eating that portion of your meal first changes up a lot of things, the way your body absorbs those nutrients. Let's talk about a basic workout plan. 2 cardio sessions per week for fat loss is a great prescription for a fitness routine, and 2 resistance training sessions a week where you're tearing down the muscle fibers with dumbbell, barbell exercises, full body, plyometric body weight exercises, and those are geared towards building muscle. So we do cardio sessions per week, 2 is enough for fat loss, and we do 2 resistance training sessions to tear down the muscle fiber and build that muscle back bigger and stronger. Now here's the key. The key is to eat differently depending on which day you're exercising. So let's classify cardio session days and non-activity days as the same. We always want to eat a protein and a carbohydrate together in the same meal, a very small amount, and we want to make those carbs non-starchy, fibrous vegetables, green beans, salads, apples, grapefruits fit into that category even though they're a fruit because they're so fibersome and they're very low glycemic. And we want to eat those protein and carbs together small and often, every 3 to 4 hours on your cardiovascular days for fat loss or your non-activity days where you're burning less calories. Conversely, on your intense resistance training days, that's the day where you want to still keep the protein and carbs together like we just talked about, but you want to throw in on top of that, you want to throw in a small amount of starchy carbs, a little bit of brown rice or wild rice, a little bit of a yam, maybe a white potato without the condiments on the side, whole wheat pasta, maybe a healthy, wholesome 7-grain bread. Now we're talking just about a really small amount. We're talking about in only 2 or 3 meals during the day, And if you put that in the middle of the day, not the first meal or the last meal, and around that intense workout, the chances of them, those starchy carbs being absorbed as fat is a lot less. So that's just a couple ideas on how you can eat differently depending on what day you have in your workout schedule. Now let's talk about the question that we talked about initially, and that is the question we get a lot. What should I eat after a workout? When you do cardiovascular exercise for fat burning or you have a non-activity day, make sure that we put the protein and non-starchy carbs together, spread throughout the day, and after your cardio session is done, you want to wait about 60 minutes and you want to throw in the whole food, real food meal of the protein and the non-starchy carbs. So maybe a couple chicken legs and a nice colorful green salad. That'd be a great meal to eat 60 minutes after your cardiovascular workout. Conversely, for resistance training day, we want to throw in a little bit of starchy carbs with that meal for about 2 or 3 meals a day. But right after your intense weight training session, we want to throw in a very easily digested meal that's absorbed very rapidly. It's the only meal of the week that you want absorbed very rapidly. There's a reason why. When you work out intensely with weights, a lot of your blood supply is in the muscles that you just worked, in your arms, your back, your thighs, your buns, the muscles that you just worked. And the blood supply that is available to your stomach and your digestive tract is a lot less. And the stomach and the digestive tract is incredibly vascular, and it needs the blood to be efficient at digesting food and bringing those nutrients to your body. After an intense weight training session, you have a 60 to 90 minute window of opportunity to start to shuttle in nutrients, amino acids, glycogen, things like that to help start to put back into the muscles that you tore down to start the repair and the rebuilding process. And you can't wait 60 minutes and throw in a chicken breast as your protein source because the stomach will not digest it within the next 60 to 90 minutes after that. So that's a 2-hour time frame where you're not getting in amino acids and you're not getting in the carbohydrates and the glucose, glucose that are broken down from the carbohydrates. So for that reason, right after intense weight training, 0 minutes to 30 minutes, you need to throw in some whey protein and a higher glycemic carbohydrate like a banana, maybe a piece of bread in that time frame right after the intense workout. And then maybe the next meal after that, maybe 2 hours later, we'll throw in maybe a real food source of protein and another higher glycemic starchy carb like some brown rice. So it's really nice, this nutritional strategy. It's a great feeling to know that you're going to be able to eat those carbs on days that you train with resistance training. And it's psychologically positive, and physiologically, for the reasons we just explained, it's really positive, and those carbs will not get stored as fat, and it will help you repair back for the next intense weight training session. So there's some nutritional strategies on what you should eat after your workout. It's a lot of information, but if you listen to it again, I know you can make a few changes in your nutrition strategy, and it is absolutely the difference between seeing results from your time spent working out versus just staying where you're at and not seeing results. So like my buddy Jack LaLanne said, exercise is your king and nutrition is your queen. Together you create a kingdom. Just learn a little bit more information about how to eat, the timing of the meals, and throw it around the timing before and after workout. And those are some strategies that absolutely will allow you to start seeing results from your time spent working out. So again, Darren Steen, your healthy lifestyle coach from Mercola.com, knowing that you absolutely do have the power to change. Now go make it happen.